Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now, just a little disclaimer for this video: anything surrounding MURDER or DEATH I will be referring to as offings in this video. Now, yikes, popular Atlanta rapper Lil Baby is now being accused of the offings of two teenage boys. Let's go ahead and get into a little more details. Now, this all occurred last year, 2024, during the summertime, in the midst of popular Atlanta rapper Lil Baby coming to film a music video in Atlanta, Georgia. A drive-by occurred that left 3 people injured, and unfortunately 2 of them, which were teens, passed. Their names was Lamont Freeman and Chakotay Davis. Now, one of them not even a teen yet. He was a 11-year-old boy. This was Chakotay Davis' younger brother, was also SHOT and critically injured, but he survived his injuries, while unfortunately his older brother didn't. Now, this year, 2025, the Atlanta Police Department is trying to hold all parties who was involved in this situation accountable, including rapper Lil Baby. Yes, the Atlanta Police Department feel like rapper Lil Baby was a big part of why this situation occurred last year. They are saying that rapper Lil Baby knew that he wasn't supposed to be in that side of Georgia at the time to film that music video, but he decided to go anyways. He knew, this is what they're claiming, allegedly, he knew that these gangs were basically going at it, they were beefing, and he decided to show up anyway. So they feel like he basically intentionally caused for all of this stuff to happen after he showed up, all of these offings to occur subsequently. Now, recently the Atlanta Police Department decided to do a press conference, and this one police officer decided to call rapper Lil Baby a coward. Okay, let's go ahead and get into that video.
To this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city, and cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw, and ultimately 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions, and you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions.
You guys heard that, okay? Now, this video right here is blowing up all over the blogs right now. I mean, you could find it almost anywhere. Of course, people are talking about it. Yes, this police officer didn't specifically say rapper Lil Baby's name, but of course, we all know about the situation that occurred last year, so we already know who he was talking about, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get a little deeper into this situation. I've been seeing a lot of people comments, a lot of people saying that, hey, why are they doing, quote unquote, what they're saying? These police officers are doing lazy work trying to hold rapper Lil Baby accountable in this situation, because they feel like essentially he didn't have anything to do with it, because he wasn't holding the GUN, he didn't do the drive-by. So why are you guys trying to put all of this on Lil Baby? It just doesn't make sense. Of course, they did talk about the gang rivalries, but they were talking more about Lil Baby, and I think this is blowing up a little more, of course, on the blogs, because it is Lil Baby. Lil Baby is involved in this, okay? Now, first things first, my heart really goes out to the family. Seeing these boys' pictures, it's just heartbreaking, y'all, just to see that these boys won't get to grow up and do things that they want to do, all because of this crazy GUNV, all because of this gang V that's going on. It's just too much. It needs to end. And it's said that these gangs, these were adults in these gangs that caused for this to happen. And unfortunately, we know when you're in a gang, when you're involved in that street life, you don't care who it causes to be offed, who's being offed in a situation, as long as you're getting your quote unquote get back. But like I said, my heart goes out to the families, especially the young 11-year-old boy who no longer gets to play with his older brother, and he had to watch that situation. I can only imagine, you know, he was injured in the situation as well, but him watching his older brother, I mean, just completely heartbreaking, right? Now, second Secondly, let's go ahead and get into what the police department has to say, okay? I do feel like they shined a bigger light on Lil Baby than they did the gang rivalries that are going on. Let's just be completely honest, right? I'm not going to say that the Atlanta Police Department is doing lazy work, but I am going to say that they have to understand that, of course, if y'all know that there is gangs that are beefing or neighborhoods that are beefing, this was going on before Lil Baby showed up. So we can't put so much of a spotlight on rapper Lil Baby just because it's rapper Lil Baby, or just because y'all want to hold him accountable for something. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if they just don't like Lil Baby, or they don't like his music or his lyrics or anything, but it just doesn't make sense to me to hold him completely accountable and shine this bigger light on him than the gang V that is going on in Atlanta right now. That needs to stop. That needs to end. This police officer in this press conference was basically saying subsequently there's been all of these offings, all of this GUNV that's going on subsequently because rapper Lil Baby showed up in that part of the neighborhood. And I'm just like, I just don't buy it. I don't believe that. Now, of course, you would have to really live in Atlanta, Georgia to really know everything that is going on. You would have to be from there, I feel like, to know a little bit more about the gangs and what they have going on. But I just don't believe it. Like, are y'all really saying that so many offings occurred only because rapper Lil Baby decided to show up there? Even listening to some of Lil Baby's music, I'm trying to listen and see if he has a lot about, especially in his recent album, if he has a lot about offings and doing this and doing that and gang V and all this, and I didn't hear anything. Okay, so I'm not gonna say that I disagree with some of the people who are in the comments saying that, yo, they're not doing really the best investigation or the best work with this if they're just trying to blame and throw everything on this rapper Lil Baby. I do understand this. I will have to say I do understand this. A lot of these rappers do influence a lot of these gangs, a lot of these younger people, okay? And if you are a rapper and you are from Atlanta, okay, and you have Atlanta on lock, everybody is listening to your music, you have to be aware of the type of music that you are putting out and the things that you are saying. But like I said, I don't feel like rapper Lil Baby, even though I don't listen to his music a lot. I did listen to some of his songs, especially on his new album, before making this video. And I'm like, let me see if this is what he's promoting, because then it makes sense why the police department is so upset. Okay, these rappers, they do have a influence, especially if you're from a specific area. Everybody is listening to you, and then all of this V is going on. We remember when Young Boy spoke out and he was like, dang, I feel bad that I was promoting all of this and all of these blankings and all of these offings, because look what it has done to my community. So if rapper Lil Baby is doing the same thing essentially, and if you guys know, you can let me know in the comment section if you're a fan of Lil Baby and you listen to a lot of his music, but he has to be held accountable for that as well. But I think it's kind of one of those things that are more, you know, something that Lil Baby has to notice on his own. I don't think it's anything that the police department should be coming and bringing to a press conference, because people are going to look at these police officers just like they are looking at them now. Like, are y'all really trying to blame this on rapper Lil Baby? What did he have to do with this situation? Okay, it's one of those things that are rather just known and you keep in the back of your mind, and you're not really bringing it up because it does seem like you're not doing your job as a police officer. People want to hear that this person has been arrested, this person has been arrested, this person was in the gang and caused this and caused that. They don't want to hear that, oh yeah, rapper Lil Baby, he was doing a music video, so he has to be held accountable. It's just like, well, he was just doing a music video, but was he in the car? Was he a part of the gang? Was he did y'all catch him texting one of the gang members? Did y'all catch any of that? So all you're saying is that rapper Lil Baby showed up to this side of town to do a music video, and he's one of the main causes of this situation happening. Nobody want to hear that. I promise y'all, nobody wanted to hear that. And that's why we see all of the comments and the people and the fans as upset as they are at the Atlanta Police Department, because they just don't feel like they're doing a well enough job, especially to come to this press conference and say, hey, it's just all about rapper Lil Baby. It's just all about what he did. Now, yes, of course, they did mention the other gangs, but it was just very light to me. I just feel like they should have focused more on that. Okay, it's just sad. It's just sad. It's just very, very heartbreaking. If you live in the Atlanta area, I definitely want to read some of you guys' comments on maybe what's been going on. I'm not saying that you got to be a snitch or anything or whatever, but if you know anything about things that have been going on, if you know anything about the gang rivalries and how long they've been going on, definitely leave it in the comment section, because I'm not buying the fact that, oh my gosh, Lil Baby came here, he came to this part of the neighborhood, and subsequently, oh my gosh, now it's been all of this GUNV. Now these gangs are going against each other. Now people are being offed every day. I don't know. I'm just not going for that. I believe that this is a problem that's been occurring, probably, allegedly, in Atlanta for a long time now. A Lil Baby coming there, maybe it did make it worse. It's already been bad. It's already been as bad as it was. But I do understand when kids are involved, people definitely get in their feelings. They want to hold every party accountable. The only thing that I hope that this wasn't for the Atlanta Police Department was like somewhat of a clout chase for them to actually be able to get on the blogs, because I promise you, this just didn't look good for them. It didn't look well, especially mentioning rapper Lil Baby, who a lot of people love no matter what. You know, if Lil Baby was not caught texting any of the gang members, or if he wasn't in the car when the situation occurred, nobody's gonna feel like Lil Baby had anything to do with it. You know, they're not gonna go against Lil Baby. If anything, people are going to be on Lil Baby's side of the situation, unless, like I said, he was holding the GUN, he was in the car at the time, the drive-by car, unless he was in that car, unless he did something like this himself, unless they caught him texting or calling one of the gang members, nobody's going to, a lot of his fans are not going to feel like he had anything to do with this. Also, I want to mention this just to end this video off. It's sad to see that the little boy in the situation is holding up the 4 sign. You know, he's holding up the 4 fingers, and I believe this was, I don't think this is now, but this is something that Lil Baby would do a lot, because it's a part of 4PF. I don't know exactly what that is. Forgive me, y'all. I know y'all gonna be like, how do you not know? I think that's like his label or something like that. That's just something that Lil Baby was representing, but it said that Lil Baby had to change that up because people or the Atlanta Police Department is starting to feel like that's some type of gang. But Lil Baby has said that that's not a gang. That's just not what that is. But we can see one of the boys holding up the 4 sign. That means that he was definitely a fan of Lil Baby as well. So, you know, obviously they were there to see Lil Baby, and, you know, they want to hold Lil Baby accountable. But I just don't feel like that's fair. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Maybe you think I'm tripping. Maybe you feel like, hey, rapper Lil Baby does need to be held accountable. Okay, but I just feel like we don't know if Lil Baby knew if he should have been there or not. I just don't feel like he knew. You know, maybe he does know. I'm pretty sure he's from Atlanta. Maybe he does know a little bit, but I don't think he necessarily thought that that was going to happen. Or I don't think he intentionally showed up and was like, yeah, I'm showing up here anyways, even though I ain't supposed to be here. I don't feel like it's that, because